Hello, my name is Arjen. I'm the founder of Back Pain Truth and the owner of Ross Physio Clinic. In today's video, I would like to talk about something that's really important. It's something I like to call the three pillars of healing back pain and sciatica. So, the three pillars of healing back pain and sciatica. Now, the first one, which is the most important one, is what I like to call the body. Let me just take a different color. The body. Most treatments will obviously focus on the body, but unfortunately most treatments only just focus on the body and don't really deal with the other two pillars, which I will come to in a moment. Now, most treatments, you may have seen a chiropractor, an osteopath, a physiotherapist, etc. But at the end of the day, most treatments, they just focus on providing you with manipulation, giving you some exercises, whatever they may be doing. You may have seen an acupuncturist, so it's focusing on the body part, and which, yes, is a really important part. In my clinic, I normally treat, first of all, I concentrate on the body side of things. Now, once it comes to the point that you feel the treatment that you're doing, concentrating purely on treating the physical aspect of the problem, and you still find that after so many weeks there's still a level of pain left, then it's maybe time to focus on what I like to call the pillar number 2, and which is the mind. Now, the mind, people think, oh, it's in between your ears, you're crazy, you're probably not having any problems. No, it's not like that. When I talk about the mind, I'm talking about something that could be split up into two areas, two most common areas. So some people, they may have what they call unresolved emotions. So later called unresolved emotions. Unresolved emotions. Or some people, they may, not some people, I think a lot of us, unfortunately, in a modern society, there's a lot of pressure, and this pressure is causing for us a lot of stress. So stress is another important factor that has a negative impact on the pain level. Unresolved emotions, so something may have happened in the past that you think that you've dealt with, you moved on from, but sometimes for the brain to protect us, to protect the body, it pushes us to the back. So we think, we feel we've dealt with all these emotions, something terrible has happened, somebody passed away, lost a loved one, anything that may have happened that has a tremendous impact on you, or had a tremendous impact you think you've moved on from, but it's still going on at the background. This is something Dr. John Sarno, he's a very well-known doctor who treats people. There's two things he deals with: is unresolved emotions, and he deals because he says that these unresolved emotions, they cause the development of trigger points in the muscles. Now, I won't go too much into what trigger points are. That is maybe a subject for another video. But trigger points basically is nodules that develop in muscles, and those nodules, they often develop because of the changes, the chemical changes in our nerve system, because of unresolved emotions. Obviously, stress has that same effect. So these nodules will cause then problems within our muscles. They often then cause ongoing pain, tightness. Those nodules can cause referred pain. They can mimic nerve-type pain. Like sciatica, there are some trigger points that can cause the pain to refer all the way down the leg. So if you want to find out a little bit more about Dr. John Sarno, Mind-Body Connection, it's one of his books. I've got the book, but unfortunately I don't have a copy here at the moment on me. I've lent it to a friend of mine, otherwise I would have shown you. But what I'll do is, below the video, I will leave you a link, so just to find out a little bit more. I've written an extensive article on Dr. John Sarno. So when it comes to the mind, and that can be a very important aspect, because, as I said, because the changes in our nerve system, the chemical imbalances, can suddenly cause those nerves to start to fire a lot harder. So they sending out signals maybe they should not be sending out. So suddenly pain that maybe from, on the scale of 1 to 10, maybe normally on a level 2 or 3, suddenly could fire up to a level 7 or 8, just purely because of these unresolved emotions or the stress. And as I said, in relation to Dr. Sarno, there will be, Dr. John Sarno, there will be a link below the video. Now, once you've felt you've significantly, effectively dealt with the physical side, and there was still some level of pain left, so you looked at, as we said, at the unresolved emotions and the stress, but you're still not able to fully, if I have some patients that still, it's not totally fully settled down, they still have some problems, then it's worthwhile to look at pillar number 3, and that is the diet. Now, as I said before, yes, a lot of practitioners that would treat and look at the physical aspect, but diet is not something it's talked about an awful lot. Now, obviously, this is a huge subject, diet. I'm not going to go into the whole of the diet things. Again, I will leave a link below the video if you want to find out a little bit more. I've done an extensive article on the diet, but very importantly, some foods, they can cause the acidifying of our environment of the body. Now, when that happens, because the body needs to be slightly alkaline, so when that happens, then it has a negative impact on, for example, our nerve system, because that again can start to fire incorrectly, start to send out signals that are not supposed to be there. But so acidifying effect on the body can cause increased joint pain, spine pain. So it's really important that if you do have chronic pain, that looking at your diet doesn't really harm. So finding out that the foods that cause an acidifying effect, other foods have an alkaline effect, and that's really the kind of foods we want to eat, because the body needs to be slightly alkaline. So we want to avoid the body to be acidifying. Now, there are some other things as well that I regularly advise to my people to take in the clinic. But again, it's a subject that I would rather spend a little bit more time on in a different video, because this video is already starting to get a little bit long. But one of the things is that when a body has an injury, normally it sends what I like, or what is called as proteolytic enzymes to the area to be able to deal with the inflammation, because the inflammation is the healing process as well as possible. In other words, get the whole healing process going from point A to point Z as quickly, as efficiently as possible. In other words, for the pain switch, as quickly as possible, go from the on position to the off position. When we don't have enough proteolytic enzymes, the body's not able to send enough of those, then that whole healing process, somewhere along the line, something goes wrong. So the pain switch stays in the on position, and that can cause chronic pain as well. But as I said, proteolytic enzymes is something I will put a link for those interested to read a little bit more about it now, again below the video, but I will talk a little bit more about that in a separate video. So to highlight what we've talked about today, we talked about the 3 pillars of healing back pain and sciatica effectively, which is on the one hand, yes, we all concentrate on the body. Once we feel we've done what we need to do, but we still have a level of pain, that we go down to what we call the mind. And then once we dealt with that, or we certain there's nothing really there, then obviously pillar number 3, the diet, can be useful to look at as well. But we always start with the body, and we work our way gradually down this way if needed. Okay, so If you have any questions, please leave a comment below the video. If you want to get future videos, please subscribe or share this video if you feel it's useful, may benefit somebody else, a loved one who you know has back pain. Please share it. Or you can email personally on arjen@backpaintruth.com and I will personally answer all your questions. So hopefully this will explain things a little bit more, and hopefully in the next video I will talk a little bit more about the body in relation to why most common treatments are not really that effective in providing lasting pain relief. See you in the next video. Thank you.